I cut my teeth in ministry in a small town in the Midwest. I grew up in a pastor's family. And at the peak of my dad's ministry, when my family was as happy as they'd ever been, my dad felt compelled that we were supposed to leave. My dad didn't understand clearly why. Only that he felt like the Lord was saying, it's for Matthew. And what they did not realize what was going on with me, I was overcome with bullying and depression. I figured people would care about me more if I wasn't here anymore. I mean, I was within days of taking my own life at 12 years old. We were moving to a place that were a lot of unanswered questions about what is this place supposed to be like. I found friendship for the first time, and they accepted me for who I was, and I got to be my complete self. If I had not found those friendships and been taken out of this place and moved over to this place, I certainly wouldn't be here anymore. He just listened for the voice of God and chose to follow it. Before Hope City, I was feeling a very spiritual lull. And so when God said, I want you to take a risk and do something different here, God supplied Hope City like that. And we got to dive right in immediately. We listened for the Lord's voice when He calls our family to go out and do something. When I came to Hope City, it opened this door for me again. And the Lord just saying, I was here the whole time, and I've got some things I want to tell you. And God just gave me this vision for, I want you to tell stories that help kids that were just like you. And so that's when I created Greenfield. And so Greenfield is a scripted podcast for kids with the intention of telling stories that help them process their emotions, help them not feel alone. And I think God's given me stories to be able to tell these kids that just makes them feel like they're not alone, and that they have something to look forward to in life, to know that their best day is ahead of them, and their circumstances don't define where they're going in their lives. It's also very cool as a kid to hear the voice of God, and I would not have known what that looked like if not for my dad and the impact of him saying, this is what the Lord's voice sounds like. I wouldn't be able to speak into the lives of more. And I hope too that the voice of my dad, hearing the voice of his heavenly dad, that my kids would know what that sounds like too. It's hard for me to remember back to everything that my dad has done for me, but then I get little glimpses of pictures and little videos that he would take on his camera, and I could look back on that and be like, wow, my dad touched me on the head just to say that he loved me. I never realized that or had the memory of that until I do that for my own son now. The whole lineage of fathers in my family have all led up to this moment that I'm in right now, that hopefully when I tell stories on a podcast for kids, that they may feel like they can have some kind of hope. I wouldn't be here right now in this moment, even telling any story, if it weren't him just listening when it didn't make sense to anybody else. He listened and said, it's for Matthew, so why don't you go and do this for him?